Hello there, welcome to the introductional video of our electric guitar course. If these are just first steps on the guitar, you are in the right place to start. My name is Sebastian Martinez and I'm going to be your instructor today. Welcome again to the Guitar-Elite desk. So let's start. Okay, first of all, let me start by showing you my guitar. This is a classical Fender Stratocaster model. Of course, that you can find a bunch of different models with different specifications, characteristics, body shapes. But I think this is the most popular, the most common model on the entire world. So let's take a look to the different parts of the guitar. Then I'll go deeply on the important aspects to have in mind when you start playing this beautiful instrument. Here we have the neck, which is the part that holds the fretboard, which is this part. This neck in particular is very common on this model. Has 21 frets, but you also can find necks with 24, even with 27 frets. But the most common models have 21, 22 and 24. Here on the fretboard, it's where you can find the different notes that has the electric guitar. By pulsing every note, by pulsing every fret with your left hand. These steel bars are the frets, and for pulse the note that you wanna hear, you're gonna to locate your fingertips just directly before the fret. If you put your fingers over the fret, you can hear that the sound is not cool at all. That's why you have to put your fingertip directly before the fret, not over the fret, just before the fret, to get a good sound and pitch. Try to just use the needed strength to pulse the note. How can you know how much strength to use? Well, it's very easy. You can experiment with a different amount of strength till you get a clear and clean sound. And of course, you need to feel just the right tension on your fingers. So, a lot of strength is not necessary. Just enough strength. But if you pull too soft, it doesn't sound clear at all. You need to put your fingertips with the right amount of strength. This part here is called the head. Here you can find the tuners, which you can use for low or rise the pitch of each string, basically to get in tone your guitar. This is a string here. This is a string retainer, very common on this guitar model. And finally, here we have a very important part, which is the knot. This helps to guide and hold the strings in place, and to keep the right distance, this distance, between each string. Some electric guitars have all tuning pegs on this side of the head, or maybe this side. But you also can find them distributed on the two sides of the head, here and here. Here on the body, we have the pickguard, which is all this part here. And beneath this one, you can find all the electronic parts, all the electronic stuff of the guitar. So here on the pickguard, you can see that we have these three white bars. These are the pickups, and thanks to them is that your guitar sounds through an amplifier. This is called the neck pickup. because it's close to the neck. This is the middle pickup, this one here, and this is the bridge pickup. Each one has its own way of sound and characteristics on the tone. Okay, here is a very important aspect. These kind of pickups are called single coil pickups. They are very common on this kind of model, this kind of guitar model. But you also can find another kind of pickups called humbucker pickups, which are very common on the Gibson Les Paul model. Unlike the single coil pickups, the humbucker pickups makes less noise, and they have a louder signal. Usually these kind of single coil pickups tend to be more noisy, with a heavy distortion, but they also have different tone characteristics. Personally, I really like the way in that the tone behaves on the single coil pickups. But you can try them, you can try both to see which one do you like more. Okay, another aspect that I would like to talk about is that you also can find active and passive pickups. The principal difference between them is that the active pickups have a louder signal, a much louder signal than the passive ones. So you can find active single coil pickups, and of course that you also can find active humbucker pickups. They are very common on the metal music. For this case, my guitar has passive single coil pickups, 3 passive single coil pickups. Okay, so here is the pickup selector, which is very important because it allows you to choose between, for this case on my guitar, between 5 different pickup combinations. It can vary on other guitar models, so I recommend you to take a look to your guitar specifications to see what kind of pickup combinations do you have. So it's a 5-way pickup selector because here we have first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and finally 5th position. Okay, here on the pickup selector, on the first position, which is this one, we have selected the bridge pickup, this one. If you hear, it has a lot of treble and bass on its sound. A lot of guitar players, and I will include myself, choose this pickup for the rhythm parts. On this position, on the lead parts. Personally, I like to use both when I'm soloing or when I'm on the lead part. But the decision is on you. So on this position, which is the second position, we have the combination of this pickup, bridge pickup, and the middle pickup. On the third position, we have selected the middle pickup. On the fourth position, we have a combination of the middle pickup and the bridge pickup. And finally, here on the 5th position, we have selected the neck pickup. This one has that funky cool sound. And it sounds really great on the lead parts. Okay, another important another important part is here. Here we have the input jack, which is where you're gonna put your guitar cable and to connect the guitar to your amplifier. Here is the volume knob, and it's very important because it allows you to control the level of your guitar. I always keep it all the way up. Here, these ones, these are the tone knob, and it helps to control the tone of your guitar. We always tend to keep it all the way up, but you can experiment with it. Maybe try to find the tone that you like. So here. I always keep it all the way up, but there are many jazz guitar players that use them to try to emulate that hollow body sound. Okay, finally here we have the bridge, which is where the strings rest and where you can adjust the strings action or the height of your guitar. But better let this stuff for a professional luthier. This is a classic tremolo bridge. This is our whammy bar that you can use to get a vibrato or different kind of effects that we're gonna leave for another lesson. Okay, as I said before, this is a tremolo bridge, but you also can find different kind of bridges with different characteristics, like the fixed bridge, which is the most popular, and the Floyd Rose model, which is very popular on guitar players like Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. Okay, the standard tuning for the guitar from the lower string to the higher is E, A, D, G, B, and finally E again. This is the most popular tuning for the guitar. But you also can find different kind of tunes, like drop D or drop C, which are very popular on the metal music. But you also can find E flat tuning, which is a half step down tuning, or maybe the D tuning, which is a whole step down tuning. Okay, usually the guitar has 6 strings. But you also can find guitars with 7, 8, and even 9 strings. Usually adding low strings. But the 6-string guitar is the most common and popular model on the market. Okay, first of all, for playing the electric guitar, you will need this tiny little friend, which is called the pick. There are different kinds of picks with different characteristics and tightness, but try to find one that makes you feel really comfortable. Okay, basically, we have 2 positions for playing the electric guitar. The first one, this is the first one. we're gonna rest the body of the guitar on our left hand, where on my case is my left leg. It's like a classical guitar position, but a lot of guitar players feel comfortable playing like that. Try to always keep on your right hand is gonna be the hand that hits the strings, and your left hand is the one that has the job to pull the note on the fretboard. You have to find the right synchronization between both. Okay, on the left hand, we always gonna try to keep our thumb here in the middle of the neck. Try to don't show your thumb like this. Always try to keep this position on your left hand. Even if you are playing here on the higher notes, try to keep it this position. Try to keep this position if you are playing here on this position. Try to always keep the same position on the left hand. The second position is by resting the body of the guitar, for my case, on my right leg. So personally, I feel more comfortable playing guitar on this position, but try to experiment with both positions and see and try to figure out which do you feel more comfortable. Well, now that you have all these tools, how about if you take your first technical lesson? Don't forget to check our social networks and our YouTube channel to be informed about the upcoming lessons. See you later, have fun, and welcome again to Guitar-Elite.